I'm right-brained with instruction.
I'm calling this month the month of the sprayed edges.
There were some things that needed to be remembered.
Record scratch. The fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, he's Swedish. So he's got a little spice. Find out that the main character has long black hair, DNF.
Do I feel like I learned anything in this? Absolutely not.
Fuck, let's go! I'll always remember if someone's name's Jack. I finished Iron Flame in the parking lot of a Mexican restaurant.
If you look at this lovely map on the inside of your book, and then all of a sudden he turns around, dead.
When your boyfriend channels from the earth.
The magic knows.
Like, sometimes people didn't even die.
Roll fucking credits.
I don't fuck with the fact that the whole thing's glass.
Everyone's hot.
Both of them are attractive.
I just want to be like all the other teenage girls.
Basically.
Ugh, the king sounds lame as fuck. She's really selfish. I really hate that about her.
No time for questions? We are engaged. They all look like Chris Evans.
Kind of into it.
I also had no idea what to wear today because I was telling Lucy the last like fucking 70 episodes I've been wearing the same sweater just because it's really comfortable. And I'm like, Lucy, I cannot wear the sweater today. So I had no idea what to wear. I was like, well, if I can't wear my one outfit.
After you said that last night, I was like, what am I gonna wear? And you probably don't remember this, but the first time we ever filmed an episode.
No, I know.
It was this.
It's that sweater. Yeah. They're the little like, what? It looks like a sweater.
It's a little like knit sweater, but it's just like mock neck. I'm realizing it's making me look very boxy though.
I don't think so. I think you look very professional.
I don't know. Thank you. I normally wear this to work, but it is really comfy and cute. It's like really soft.
Yeah.
Anyways, speaking of Sabrina Carpenter.
Oh yeah.
So today, because this is not going out this week or next week. Today is February 7th.
Yes.
And Sabrina Carpenter's extended album release is coming out on the 14th, so a week from today.
Can we talk about something else? Do you know what else is coming out on the 14th?
Probably not, no.
Tate McRae's album.
Oh.
I'm so fucking excited. When I tell you Tate McRae is going to be my top artist of 2025, like, everyone owes me $50.
Everyone, don't doubt it. I don't doubt it. Sorry,
You're fine.
I
listen to Sports Car
so many times.
Minimum 10 times a day. Minimum.
Perfect. Yes. I've watched that music video an ungodly amount of times.
Yeah.
I have to know what's going on.
I don't.
She announced that release so long ago that I'm like, it's never getting here.
Yeah.
So that's interesting. Yeah, people at my work, I've become the Sabrina Carpenter girl so much at work, and like I'm not even that vocal or crazy about it, but like I did talk about going to the concert, and I think that really stuck with people.
Yeah, I think you people do something like, once, and people are like, "That's
yeah." And someone's like, "Are you gonna buy her new album?" And I was like, and I don't know why they asked. I don't know why they asked this question because she does sell like you can buy the record on her website, and they're really pretty, but they're also $45.
They are really pretty though, but I don't. You have a record player though.
I have a record player. I like keep my records out. I pull it. I don't pull it out that often. I did pull it out the other week, but like it's I don't know. It's something like I kind of do with my dad.
Yeah.
And so I would love one of her records, but like $45.
That's a lot of money.
But she's also releasing a deck of playing cards, and I've stumbled into this strange collection of playing cards. Like I have like 4 or 5 different like fun playing card packs. I'm like, why do I have these?
Yeah.
I play cards on occasion. Not enough to own that many cards.
Yeah. Well, I own probably 7 decks of cards, and they're all exactly the same. Like the bicycle, like classic, like cards. Yeah. Why, you ask? Well, I have learned as of recently, and I talk about this ad nauseum. I don't think I've said this to you, but like I've told people like in person, I'm not good at arts and crafts. I'm really not. I can't do it. It just never works out for me. I went to a Hurricanes game, which is the hockey team here. So you can figure out where I live based on that. Do not come to my town. And so I was like, oh my god, it'd be really cute because like our like best friend and I were like, we kind of had this like hurricanes, like I'm calling it a weekend, but it was a Wednesday and a Thursday, but it was like a weekend. Because like Thursday's my like Friday, so I was like, okay, it's like a little hurricanes weekend. And I thought it'd be really cute to create like friendship like Eras tour. Like this was my Eras tour. I'm not fucking kidding. This was my Eras tour. Because I've never been this close to like an idol before. And so I was like, oh my god, it'd be so cute to create like little like friendship bracelets that have like little words on them, like whatever. Holy fucking shit. Do you want to know how long it took me to do a friendship bracelet? And to like tie it off and like put the beads up? Like that's sick. Like I can't like I don't know, something doesn't like compute in my brain. And I always thought I was like an artsy kind of person, like someone who's just like more like right-brained. And I think I still am very right-brained.
I think you're very creative.
But I'm right-brained with instruction. I need like step-by-step instructions. Like I genuinely had to get my roommate to come like my hand was like laying down like so the bracelet would fit. She had to come cut the string and tie it for me. Like I'm 7. Like we're in like first grade class and we're like doing a arts and crafts project and the teacher has to come like use the scissors for you. Like
it's okay.
I need help. I'm not like crafty, but anyway, the cards, I had this idea for a Halloween costume. It did not pan out whatsoever. So now I have 7 decks of cards from Walmart. So if anyone wants to come over and play King's Cup, we can play like
7 decks of
we can play like King's Cup until we need like our stomachs pumped.
Incredible. Yeah, I don't know, Queen.
I don't know. I just realized.
I thought you were going to say you were going to like write your number on the cards and like hand them out to people.
That's good. I'm going to do that. I'm just going to like.
It's kind of ominous. Like, why am I getting a playing card with someone's number on it?
Yeah.
Anyways.
I like being ominous.
I love that. Oh, look, I have Valentine's Day nails.
Oh my god, those are so cute! With a little bow. That's adorable. They're just pink.
I love that. They're really pretty though.
I think I'm going to do this like every time now. Well, no, that's not true because next time I get my nails done, it'll probably be close to March and I will be doing green chrome again because I fucking love like the green chrome that I did last year. And then after that, I will be getting baby yellow nails because I love yellow. I love yellow. I don't know why.
Stopping you.
So I think the baby yellow is going to be like my birthday nails.
I love that.
Anyway.
So a lot's happened in this last month. And by a lot, I mean 2 book releases.
And by a lot has happened in this last month, this episode may shock you with the things that we're about to talk about.
Oh my goodness. Yes. I'm calling this month the month of the sprayed edges.
Yes.
Because what is up with that?
I don't know, but if you didn't already fucking know, Allie Hazelwood's new release came out. And it has the like pool edges. Oh god.
Is there a bird?
A bird? There's a bird?
Oh my god, he's looking at me.
He's listening.
Can you hear that?
Yes. He's making
It's just
noise.
like a dove, but
okay.
I didn't even know there was like a windowsill outside my window. Sorry, I'm freaked out. Guys, you would think I've never been in nature. I like grew up in the like rural suburbs.
Right, like she had like I'm not kidding. I've been to her house. It's literally like you like look to the left at like genuine woods. Like there's a creek.
We have armadillos. My parents saw a road runner like from the fucking cartoon the other day.
Hell no.
Possums, a lot of possums.
I love a possum.
A raccoon.
Ugh.
And lots of rats.
Maddie almost hit a possum the other week. I was like, Maddie, I swear to fucking God, if if you hit that
I
thing.
love a possum.
Me too.
They look a little creepy, but they mean well, you know?
I love them. I think they're so cute.
Okay, anyways, I didn't even crack this. I picked
Oh,
this up yesterday.
I finished this has been devoured, but like here's the thing, this would have been finished in about, I'm going to say like 25 hours if I didn't like it so much, but I know when I like a book that much, I will prolong finishing it because I can't let it be over. But last night I finally sat down and like I was like, okay, I have under 50 pages left. Just get it done. It'll be okay. Like you'll survive when it's
Well,
over.
and now you get to read it again.
No, I know exactly. You also know when I really like a book is when I bring out my pencil and I start underlining because I don't like to touch my books. Like I don't like to physically mark them because I don't want to ruin them. But like there were some things that needed to be remembered. This was, I'm not gonna like say too much. We'll talk again when like you read it. Um would everyone like to hear my Allie Hazelwood ranking, which I never thought I'd ever have to do?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so I'm gonna start at the bottom. Last pick in the draft is Check and Mate. And like maybe that's unfair because it's like her first YA, but I don't really see Allie Hazelwood going back to like writing something YA. I don't know personally. She could, and I would maybe read it. At this point, I'm probably gonna read it. Like whatever she comes out with, I'll read it. Next is probably I'm gonna say Bride. Oh! For a moment there, I thought it was gonna be no, actually sorry. I just changed that. Check and Mate, Love on the Brain, Bride, Love Hypothesis, Not in Love, Deep End, Love Theoretically. This is like genuinely neck and neck. Like they're trying to drown each other. Love Theoretically and
Perfect.
Deep End. Like they're fighting for the top spot because the main girl in this is so similar to Elsie. And we know I love Elsie. And this is like, this takes the like, let me like patch you back up, like let me help you, like you're my infant child, to like the next level, which I really eat up. I eat up like a let me like be your safe space, like trust me, like even more than you trust yourself. Like I eat up that trope. Eat it up.
I like that this is Allie Hazelwood's quote unquote like sports romance,
Yeah.
but it's still kind of in her like comfort zone of like collegiate, like academic
Yeah.
rival.
And what I didn't realize is that both the main characters are like pre-med. So they're still like science-y, which I really like.
STEM, let's go.
Yeah, women in STEM. And I like that the sport is like, dare I say, like non-conventional. Like he's not like a soccer player or a hockey player or like, it's not that kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's like, I saw someone on TikTok say like, Allie Hazelwood does just enough research that convinces me that I think she knows what she's talking about.
Yeah.
Because like she was
But
saying like when she read Check and Mate, she's like, I don't know anything about chess, but that felt real to me, even though there was people like going off and like her comments being like, oh, like this isn't like how chess is played. You fooled me.
but like that there's so many sports authors, sports romance authors specifically, where I've read it and I'm like, you don't know what you're talking about. And
Oh,
like I
for
don't even
sure.
really know what I'm talking about, but like it's blatantly obvious.
I
Like
know it's not that.
I remember I read one and like they were supposed to play football, but then like
Oh, I remember this one.
they kept referencing like soccer terms. And I'm guessing that person was British, like the author, because it
Yeah.
was like that's a very much like a soccer term, but this is football.
And the book took place in America, right?
So, yeah, and it was like to the best of my knowledge, it was like a football, like American football game, but then like they used British soccer
Right.
terminology. I
Like
was
this
like,
is
what
like
the fuck?
it's not a pitch. It's a field. Like we're playing
Yeah.
American football. Yeah, that's so
And
weird.
then they said something weird about like um cleats or something like that,
Oh,
which
they wear cleats.
no, they wear cleats, but it was like the wrong, they called them like boots or something, which is what they call soccer
Soccer shoes.
shoes
Yeah.
in other countries. So I was like, nope.
Yeah.
Because immediately I record scratch. The fuck are
DNF.
you talking about?
Yeah.
So, anyways,
But
I'm really excited.
I think you're
I'm
really gonna like this. It's very like everyone was like, oh my god, Not in Love is like so raunchy. Be quiet. Like Deep End is talking. Like it's so good. It's oh my it's like I wish if like the smut in this book was in Love Hypothesis or Love Theoretically, I genuinely think I would never have to read again because I would just reread that book over and over.
Rachel in the corner.
No, because I'm sick. Like I'm sick and twisted. But
I
it's also
know.
like I don't want to hear you complain that like, oh my god, I went into this book because I love Allie Hazelwood, but like this was way too much spice. How about we take 5 seconds and we look at the cover? Or like the art in the or
What did she want to?
wet. Maybe we should learn a little bit. I don't
I'm
know.
not. I literally didn't even open the front page.
Oh,
What is happening?
I don't
That's
know, but
incredible.
I fucking love it.
He got that. He got that like basic white boy tattoo.
Yeah, the trees.
That's okay though.
That's okay though. Because he's not a basic white boy, he's Swedish. So he's got a little spice.
So we love him.
So we love him.
We have to go international.
It's at this point. It's not working here in America.
This other book I bought, My Funny Demon Valentine.
I have a funny story about this book.
Incredible. I haven't even started this. So you can read this on Kindle Unlimited for free. My ass bought it.
It's pretty,
and
though.
I knew I could read it for free. I bought it anyways.
It's pretty.
So I am excited to crack into this next week for Valentine's. I'm like, I have so many books that I'm like actually so excited to read. Like I want to read Deep End. I want to read this. I have to read another book for book club. And there's like one or two up here. I'm like, I don't know. I just like, I woke up and I was like, I want to read again. Feeling inspired.
Two things. One, speaking of new releases, next week, literally on Tuesday, we get another insane release, Scythe and Sparrow, which is the third Butcher and Blackbird serial killer romance. I'm so excited to like jump back into like a fuck-ass romance. Anyway, that's what I was gonna say. I had a funny story about the Demon Valentine book. So Lucy was like, oh, should I buy it? Like, I know I can read it for free. And I was like, it's really pretty. Like, I would consider buying it just because it's like, the sprayed edges are nice. Like, the cover design's really pretty. But then I was like, or Lucy said to me, like, well, why don't you start reading it on KU and then you can decide if you really want to buy it. That was a great idea. Start reading it. Find out that the main character has long black hair. DNF'd. Genuinely DNF'd. You're going to ruin it for me every time if, like, you make the male main character, like, ugly. To me. Ugly to me. Personal preference. So I can't read it. Like, there's just no way that I could ever go back. It might be hilarious. It might be a great time. You'll have to let me know. But I can't do it, queen.
Girl, I don't know. I really took a risk with that one.
Yeah.
But, you know. So the other thing I got into this month was Onyx Storm.
Speaking of DNFing, I saw someone, Lucy sent me sorry, I keep talking.
No, go ahead.
Lucy sent me this TikTok and it was like my favorite like reviews that I've seen on Goodreads for Onyx Storm. And I didn't come up with this. Someone did put this on their Goodreads and I'm stealing it because DNF at 0%. DNF at 0%. Guys, shocking revelation. I don't know, put like sirens or like something over this. I don't think I'm going to read Onyx Storm.
And that's okay.
which is insane. I'm gonna be so behind in the lore, but I don't actually think I plan on picking up this series like ever again. And I know I'm gonna be behind in like the things that the people in my classes are talking about because they're all reading it.
I saw someone's review and they were like, I read this, but I don't think I'm going to keep reading the series, especially since Rebecca Yarros in an interview was like, people are like, when's the next one? When's the next one? Because she loves to leave you on the world's biggest open ended cliffhanger.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, probably not 2 or 3 years till we get the next one. Well, she said she was going to like write some other book and like spend time with her kids. And so everyone's like, oh, like, we're not even going to get it till 2026. Girl, I don't think we're getting it till like 2029.
There
And
just
it's like,
comes a time where like you have to quit when you're ahead. Give up. Well, because doesn't she want to write like romance or something, like just generic?
yeah, she said she's going to write like a whole nother series. And it's like, I think she's already planned out. Wait, how many are going to be in this? Like 5 or
I don't know.
6? Oh, I
I don't know.
why do I feel like I heard that number somewhere? Like I've heard that she was not going to stop at this one. It's just like not going to be how the last 3 have come out pretty back to back. Um
Right.
so
Okay. Sorry. I got beef with like her specifically. She doesn't know that.
we'll get into it. Don't even worry. But I feel like she's doing that because she's gotten so many mixed reviews and a lot of backlash that she's going to let everyone cool off for 3 to 4 years and be like, maybe I do like this. Maybe I will go back and read the next one because it's been so long and like you forget how bad it was.
Yeah, what was I gonna say? Sorry, I'm trying to formulate my thoughts before I like just speak out loud. Um,
Think
so
before we speak.
yeah,
That's fabulous.
I have a habit of just like saying stuff and like, oh my god, did I mean that? Um, but like you should know there's a problem when like more than half of like your audience is saying that they're going into your third book and they're genuinely confused about what's going on. Like they feel like they just jumped into like a 16 part TV show, like a TV show that has 16 seasons and they jumped in at season 5.
Yeah.
That's a problem. Like
Um
where's the
I
continuity? Why are we introducing new characters?
That's not even the problem. It's like she introduces them like we should know who they are.
Right.
Like obviously that's so and so, and I'm like, can we just get like a quick one line, like so and so, the professor that did XYZ, or like
Yeah, yeah.
anything.
Any description.
Um, because it takes genuinely a sentence,
Right.
a name, comma, explanation, comma, continue.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever. Um, one of the other things I saw this morning, I was scrolling on TikTok and I shouldn't have been. Um, was people are like getting online and finding out just Justina, J- Jessina,
Yes, I know who you're
the
talking about.
scribe,
Mm-hmm.
is deaf, and I was like, and people are like, I can't believe you didn't know that. That's obviously what she's saying. I'm like, no, because it was there was no obviously like we don't have to explain people have like oh she's deaf or whatever, but like the way it was explained and I understand and it was like it's a widespread confusion like several people in this comments were like that was not clear to me. The book makes it seem like everyone signs to her because Violet grew up studying the scribe quadrant and knew how to sign. Like that's kind of what was implied. It's implied that you don't speak in the scribe quadrant, so it seems as if everyone's signing in the scribe quadrant because they have to be silent, and then it's like other people just know it because it's like something they use.
Right.
And then but everyone's like, then why would Sawyer have to learn how to sign? And I was like, because that's her like they normally have to be quiet or something. Like I don't know. I didn't like really put 2 and 2 together like that. And I was like, I mean, I guess it makes sense. That's why they're always signing around her. But like, no offense. like, she has to be, like, constant. That makes so much more sense why, like, in one of the scenes in here, there's a meeting and everyone has to sign during the meeting because she's, like, recording it. And I was like, that's really inconvenient. Like, that she can't just listen.
That's funny.
But, like,
No,
also,
I see what you're saying. It's because Rebecca Yarros is not. She. Granted, I like maybe I don't know what I'm talking about, but like because I haven't read this one, but what I've heard is like not good. She's not a very good character writer. She's great with a plot and like a world building situation, but like she's not a good character driven author, which I think a lot of people look for character driven stories.
Because we're humans and we want to connect, yeah.
That's just general. After you get out of the first book of like, okay, this was a lot of world building, I'm finding out all the rules and the magic and the signets and the blah 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 blah, like you should progress, like should, but like I feel like a lot of people maybe came into Fourth Wing because, ooh, cool, Dragon Riding Academy, and then they're like, wait, I kind of like these characters, like I want to see how they develop, and she doesn't develop them.
It's like Riddick is one of the best
yes
characters in my opinion. He's funny, he offers comedic relief, but we get so little from him that he's literally just a quippy line every now and again, and that's such a crime, and I'm really intrigued to see how this pans out on the screen because it got picked up for a series or a movie or something on Amazon, right?
mm-hmm. So, yeah.
And everyone's like arguing about the fan cast, whatever. I could care less who's fan casted, just like I'm over it.
Yeah.
But like I'm intrigued to see how that goes because you're right. This is so plot driven with such little character development, but you can't do that on the screen.
No.
These people, they're no longer 2D, they're very three-dimensional and they have to be.
Yeah.
And so I'm intrigued to see how it plays out and like how almost rewritten it has to be.
Yeah.
So like did they basically just buy the idea and they're gonna like, you know, plot's the same, but like they're gonna completely rewrite it? I think it might, you know, this might be one of those ones where everyone's like, I really like the series, but like the book sucked or something.
Yeah.
Which rare. Okay, I didn't finish this. I have like 100 pages left, which apparently, you know, goes sicko mode. So
yeah,
scared. Do I feel like I learned anything in this? Absolutely not.
No.
Not a damn thing. So the preface of this is we find out Andarna's the seventh breed of dragon. What?
She's purple, right?
So at the end of the last book, we find out she's the seventh breed. There's 6. Remember, they were like, oh, they need to fire the ward stone, but like they was like they were trying to figure out that riddle from the fucking journals, and they were like, we need the 7th.
I'm in it.
Yeah,
I'm there.
They're fighting the war.
Right.
So they know of the 6 breeds, and they left Andarna's egg behind, and she's the 7th breed.
She laid an egg?
One of the dragons laid an egg.
Okay.
And so she's the 7th breed.
Okay.
So the 7th breed lives somewhere else, and they have to go find the 7th breed. So Andarna can actually.
You're fucking joking.
This was at the end of the last book.
Do you want to know what I remember from the last book?
I know what you remember from last book.
Xaden is a turtle person.
Yes.
Xaden goes to whatever that guy's name is. I'm naming him Jack for purposes.
His name's Jack.
Fuck, let's go! I'll always remember if someone's name's Jack. I'll always remember that. Every time. He goes to like find Jack in the like dungeon, and then Jack is like, "What's up, brother?" And Zane's like, "Fuck you." Fuck you, you gave me the turtle disease. You gave me avian flu.
Yeah, so what happened at the end of the last book is they were fighting the Venin, made it to Basgiath.
Who fucking cares?
I'm trying, guys.
AI Hogwarts. That was sick. I sent Lucy this TikTok of someone who like made AI like Fourth Wing. It was literally Hogwarts. Genuinely.
It was a photo of Hogwarts.
That like, oh yeah, okay. Anyway. Made me laugh.
And
everyone's so creative. Stealing intellectual property.
What have we come to? So the Venom had like the wards had fallen or something, and the Venom had made it to the college, and like that's also the college was like the last line before the Veil, the hatching grounds.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So they were like, we have to protect this. They were like, the dragons, no.
Mm-hmm.
And so everyone's fighting. Violet's mom gives all of her power in her life to the wardstone, and the dragons fire it. So to put the wards back up,
Her
everyone's
mom
fighting.
dies? Oh, I remember
Yes.
that. I do remember that. Okay, so I read Iron Flame
A year ago.
a year ago.
Okay.
And
You're so right.
I finished Iron Flame in the parking lot of a Mexican restaurant. I don't remember what was going on.
Why would you? Never mind.
Because you were like, I finished it, and I was like, it's like Rolly's Revenge. I'm like, anyway, sorry.
So, whatever. And then, they're like, the wards are back up, and like the Venom have to fall back. But I remember Violet's being hunted by the Venom because they're like, you're so powerful. We need you. Your destiny. And she's getting all these weird dreams. But
I do remember that.
Xaden is facing off with like the head Venom, like the man, the sage. And he ends up drawing from the ground to like fight him off because he's like, if I don't do this, like I will literally die. Right. Which would kill my dragon, Violet, her two dragons. We're fucked.
Right.
And so
like, if you draw your power from like the earth, you're like really depleted, right? Or something?
He was. You don't have to be, but he was.
Okay.
And like whatever. And so yeah, then he goes to Jack to be like, is there a cure? And Jack like laughs in his face. He's like, get fucked.
Get fucked. I'm a turtle.
And so he's like, you don't want to be powerful? So cut to now. We literally open right back up there. Like we are like not missing a beat.
Okay.
Basically we kind of like go like the war is not that strong, and the Venom are like really attacking everything. Like there's some plan, they're plotting, and we can't figure it out. Mm-hmm. And they get into like another they're like kind of like fighting and / like they're looking for like Violet's whole goal this year is to like look for Andarna's family, like the 7th breed. And so they go on this one mission to like find this artifact to like give to a king so they can get access to his land. Whole thing. Whatever.
Wait, this is where Dane comes in, right? Isn't he like that prince guy who was like kind of hitting on Violet?
Eric. Oh, okay. Halden is the prince next in line to be king. Eric is his little brother who's in the 4th wing with them, but no one knows he's the prince, which is he's going by a different name. He's going by Eric. But like his squad knows he's Eric, but like everyone's like, meh. Dane is his dad, like is the plot, and he can like touch your face and like touch you and like know all your memories.
I'm thinking of the wrong guy. I'm thinking whoever of like I saw this fan art that was like, oh yeah, y'all think like Xaden is hot? Like look at this guy. And it was like I think whoever like the little like
Halden
prince is.
Oh. I don't know. Anyways.
Sorry, I'm really looking. Maybe it was he's blonde. Okay, well. That explains that.
Yeah, the princes are blonde.
Thank God. Why are the princes always blonde?
There's probably some historical plot about genetics and Aryan race there.
We'll go look that up later because like
okay.
Powerless Kit is blonde, whereas like Kai has dark hair.
I just guess it's supposed to be like the prince is good, so he's blonde.
Oh yeah, well, okay.
Like I don't know.
Anyways, I'm a Kit supporter. Maybe they shouldn't end up together. I'm unsure. But
I can't wait for that.
But
book,
when people
guys.
are like, I'm excited. when people are like, oh god, and now I have to read another chapter in like this fucker's like point of view, and it's like
That's
his point of
me.
view. Oh, I'm excited. I'm like,
Well, just in
ooh.
the last book, where I was like, you're irrelevant. Go
In
away.
the last book, he didn't really need to be there.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Anyways, so they're on a mission, and Violet runs into this Venin, and it's like, oh no. But so the sage is dead, but like this Venin, her name's Theophene. I think I'm saying that right.
okay.
That's how it's spelled. That's phonetic. um, and this is when we discover that the Venin also wield signets.
Right.
Which is like, we didn't know this before. We just thought they were like kind of wielding, but like Theophene has the lightning power. So it's like, oh no. Because it was like, oh, Violet's the only lightning wielder in like generations. But it's like, now we got this girl. She's evil, but we have her.
Yeah.
Um, and so this is like a new piece of information where it's like they don't just have like minor magic powers or like drain you. Like they can like use the same signets we have, and we don't know how full of an extent that, like how much that extends.
Uh-huh.
And we later find out that like they use it to travel in a storm because like Theophane can like direct all the lightning away from like the Orvin. So it's like
Incredible.
it's dangerous, and Violet's like, I don't have that. I've only had my signet for a year. I don't know what I'm doing.
Right, because she's like a fucking wimp. Hey,
Yeah.
hey, the turtle people are more
So
advanced. Sorry, I keep calling them turtle people, and everyone's really confused. But like, maybe you should go back and like listen to like our very first episode. Um,
don't do that.
maybe don't.
Don't do that.
Um,
Um.
just let it go. Just let it happen. They're
Just
turtle
yeah.
people.
You would if you get the reference, you get the reference.
Yeah.
Um.
Everyone in the comments like, does anyone get the reference?
No.
Chat, does anyone get the reference?
Hey, chat. Lock in. Um. So we're kind of like fighting this war. Everyone's really worried. The Griffins get to come to Basgiath again, I don't know. And they get to like the Flyers and the Dragon Riders get to study together, and they're in all the curriculum and whatever. The only good thing is that Xaden becomes Duke of Tyrandor.
His like little kingdom.
Yeah, so he's
Okay.
not there. They're not recognizing him as a king, but like he gets to be the Duke, and like he's the government official who gets to like argue with like the king and like all the other dukes and whatever about like what's best. But instead of having to like go be posted or like go fight on the front lines, he ends up taking this role as a professor in a wielding class. So instead of like fighting, you
Sorry,
have to
that's
like
fucking
wield.
sick.
Well, and then like
He's a
there's a whole
professor.
there's a whole rule that like students and professors can't like
Oh well, but of
mingle.
course. Sorry, I'm just pissed. I'm pissed at this book. Like this book makes no sense.
And Dane's evil father is now in charge of Basgiath. He took over Violet's mom's role, and he's like, if I fucking see you touch each other, I'm kicking you both out. Like he's like, I'm gonna kill you.
Because everybody knows they've been fucking.
Well, yeah. There's a lightning storm outside.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. It's like, so how the fuck, like.
So, anyways, that's going on. That's the first like fourth of the book. Cut to now. We for like third of the book go on this adventure to find, and this is great world building, terrible character development. They're trying to find Andarna's kind, like the rest of the dragons.
Yeah.
And so we find that if you look at this lovely map on the inside of your book,
Oh well.
this is called the continent, but it's and they're always like, oh, we got cut off from the Isles. Well, technically, this continent is called Amaris after the god Amari. And so each island is named after a god, and they predominantly worship each god. Makes sense. So like they go to Deverile or whatever, and like they're what do they worship? I don't remember. They go to like the war one, and it's like what, but they like start hopping around all these islands, and she has to like build a special team, and it's like mostly the squad, but like it has like Eric because he can be like the representation for like the kingdom of, the continent or whatever. Like he represents the royal family, and like Zayden's there because he was the duke or whatever. And it's like all these excuses to basically get all her friends onto this squad. I'm not kidding.
She's planning a group
Um,
project and she's like, guys, okay, guys, we're all gonna put this so we can get put in a group together.
no, literally.
I hate it.
They bring like her sister, and then I've gotten really confused on like who's who, but there is a little chart at the front that's like, here's who everyone is.
That was her trying to like jog your memory, but like didn't do it well.
Kat. They bring Kat because she
Mm-hmm.
is in line for the Pormish throne,
I
I
remember her.
believe. Um, in anyways, yeah, not sure. Anyways, so they are like hopping all these islands, and you have to go through these tests. Like pretty much every society like has a test for like you getting to speak to like their queen or king or elders or whatever they live under. But like,
Yeah.
and the way they're going, and she's like figuring this out, is her dad left her these books, and apparently, and this is definitely going to be a plot point at some point, like before he was in the scribe or after he was in the scribe quadrant, he like went and traveled all these islands, which is like, it's very rare that like people traveled these islands because like they were not on good relations with the continent.
Uh-huh.
So it was weird that he went and like had all this knowledge about them. um so like they're going to find an Andarna's kind. They're going to request troops from everybody to help fight this war and like form alliances. But like the War Society's like, we're not doing that. And then they go to like the Knowledge Society where they find Zayden's mom, which I don't know if you remember because I didn't remember this, but at least she kind of explained it. Basically, Zayden's mom like left him, and he was like, she just up and left me. Like, I don't know what's up. But apparently, his dad like contracted Zayden's mom to like have an heir with him. And so like the contract like ended on like Zayden's 10th birthday, which is why on his 10th birthday she like gave him cake and like tucked him into bed and like left.
Oh, that's so
And
sad.
he thought that she was just like hiding in one of the provinces or something on the continent. She is actually originally from one of these isles, which they didn't know. And she like has new sons on this isle, and like, yeah, it's like this whole thing. Like he's really upset about it
Yeah, I
and
mean,
whatever.
if your mother was hiding a secret family,
And like left you when you were 10.
yeah,
Yeah.
you'd be pretty upset.
So he's like pissed, and that council tries like they're the knowledge isle, but it's like to a detriment of the people.
Mm.
Where like it's almost telling how like, because on the continent like Amaris, they worship every god, although they predominantly worship Amari.
Okay,
I don't remember what
it's okay.
mm, unclear.
That's
Unclear
fine.
what that god is. But like it's like the war people are like too violent, and the knowledge people are like, you know, they're like, we tore everything down and rebuilt it in these like little squares because
Why?
that's the order and knowledge of the world. Like it's like too orderly.
I hate
And
them.
then they go to the Isle of Luck, and they get the troops there. However, to like speak to the queen, you have to play the game, which is like basically like you get dealt whatever you get dealt, and you have to be like thankful for it, whether it's bad or good, because that's what the god of luck bestowed upon you. And so they're like pulling tarot cards,
Huh?
and it's like Dane gets slapped. Funny. Even though we like Dane, it's funny. Um like someone gets like a rusty pail, someone gets um like Zayden gets like a glass box, and like they all kind of get like random things. So like I think Riddick got like a kiss, and he got like kissed on the lips by someone. It's like random. But we get to the last person. I'm trying to remember who. Sawyer, I think. Which, God, I don't even fucking know who he is at this point.
I mean,
Maybe it
I
wasn't
like I
Sawyer.
know that's like one of them.
I don't. No, it's not Sawyer. Sawyer's the one who lost his leg in the
Oh,
war.
yeah.
He's back though. Don't worry, guys. He didn't go on the trip, but
It's okay.
he's fine. He's the one who's in love with Justina
Yes,
and
yes,
the
yes.
yeah. Anyways, no, some other idiot who like him and Imogene or something like were dating or whatever, but that he gets like the arrow and everyone's like, what's gonna happen? And then he all of a sudden he turns around, dead. And then the griffin dies behind him.
That's awful.
And they're like, but you can't be like, you have to be thankful. So the whole squad's standing there like,
yay!
And Violet has to go up and thank the person who just shot her friend.
Sick
But they
and
secured the
twisted.
troops. She was like so upset by it because she was like, someone died on my mission. It was like, what do you mean? So like that section of the book flew by. Like that was a really fun section to read because like they're traveling to these different things and like you keep
That's
learning
always
more.
fun in like a fantasy book when they're like
Yeah,
traveling around.
because it's basically all just world building, which she's good at.
Yeah.
So then they land at this little, they go to like bury, or they burn him and the griffin. So they go to like the next closest, like it's just like a beach basically. It's that beach where Jack Sparrow got stuck.
Oh, slay! I was gonna say the Catching Fire beach.
No. So they're there and they're like, okay, like these two go off this way, these two go off this way, these two go off this way, and then we'll like circle back and like all meet here at the end of the day. And right before like Violet and Riddick are supposed to like take off, like she's like, she sees the sand like moving in front of Andarna and she's like, that's weird. And she's like, and it smells like sulfur and it's hot. And it's Andarna's kind. They've like been following them this whole time. And they like appear because like Andarna's like, her thing is camouflage. She's not purple. She's whatever color she needs to be.
Oh my god, yeah, she's like kind of like iridescent in a way because she can like
Yeah.
change. Yeah, okay,
But
I
she
remember
picks
that.
black to look like Taryn.
Right, to look like a
But like
baby.
this kind, I think it's this kind is like they are that like purpley iridescent in their like natural state, but if they can just change all the time, it doesn't matter. So it's like 6 people and they all sit down and they listen to Andarna like tell her story about what's happened and they're like, you're not worthy.
The
Like
baby
they don't want to
dragon.
talk to her. Like they listen to her, but like they don't want to talk to her and they are like, they don't really understand why the dragons like bond with the humans and
Yeah.
they basically are like shitting on everything they did. And they're like, we left this egg 600 years ago because we left because their kind is like all about peace. So
Mm-hmm.
they left the continent because they were in war and they were like, we're leaving an egg. And the egg was a test. So like when that dragon hatched, they were like essentially supposed to come find them and then tell them what happened and be, and that like that kind was going to decide if like the humans were like worthy and like found peace. Which is not really fair because like when you're being attacked by an evil force, like,
There's no peace.
and the dragons are like, well, maybe you need to be like eradicated and start over because only in true like desperation will you find like true peace again. And I was like, what the fuck?
The little purple dragons are not wrong. Kill them all.
But it was just really upsetting. And then like they were about to like hear Andarna and Violet out like one last time, and Zayden walks up, and mind you, he's been in technically,
And the
and
dragons are
they're
like,
like, yeah, they're like, you're an abomination to, I can't believe someone would, what they were like, so they could tell
yeah.
immediately they were so mad about it, so they left. So and Darna like didn't get to like, she met a couple of them, but like she didn't get to go back to like where they are or like really learn anything else about them besides like they like peace or whatever. And they're like, we can't believe Violet, like you Violet like bonded with a baby dragon. And she goes, I don't get to pick. What do you
Yeah.
mean? Homie.
Homie.
And they were mad because like apparently the dragons, you get to choose your tail when like she went into the dreamless sleep. Like you get, I guess you get to like choose whatever tail you have.
Yeah.
So Andarna chose the dagger tail, which is like violent, and they were like, we can't believe you did that to your tail. And then our Andarna was like, you don't get to speak, like, you don't know what it's like to live under attack. Like, we're not in war because we want to fight people. We're protecting people." And they were like, "We don't want to hear it." It was quite upsetting. Um, and they disobeyed orders to go on this journey. They were supposed to go on one journey and like go back and then like go out and like, but they were like, "We don't have time. Like, let's just go out and like fly around." And they were gone for like 3 weeks.
Mm.
Anyways, so yeah, they get back and the lines are falling more and they can't find a cure for Zayden. That was also part of the trip. It's like they were really trying to find a cure for Zayden, and everyone's like, "We don't know what they're like, "We don't really know what Venom are. Like, what are you talking about?" And then Riddick finds out that he's, because of the dragons, he finds out that Zayden has turned, and he's like, "Why are you still keeping secrets from us, Violet?" And it's like, it's what she does.
Girl, you've known her for how
And
long?
literally, so Riddick makes Violet tell Ree and Sawyer, because they're the like 4 original people from their squad, and I think just Cena, because she's researching all this stuff for him and she
Yeah.
doesn't know why she's researching all this stuff. And I just want to, oh, okay, where I just left off, and this is interesting. So they're not fighting. You know how they were like really fighting in the last book?
Mm-hmm.
They're not. They didn't start off that way. Like, they were good, but then like Zayden kept kind of like, not like losing control, but like he channeled 1 or 2 more times from the earth, and like, and not good, not good.
When your boyfriend channels from the earth.
And so, and one of the things is like there's not magic on like the islands they were visiting, so he like felt such a relief because he's like, "There's nothing here to channel. Like, you can't even channel there's no magic, so you can't even channel from the earth." Um, and yeah, but he's like, "I'm dangerous. Like, I'm just gonna keep getting more dangerous." And like, I've held off from channeling for like 60 days or something, but I don't trust. He like doesn't trust himself around Violet, but it's like, "No, like, I trust you. That's what matters." And so they are fighting again, except he's present.
Well, thank God.
Oh my god. Um, but the last scene we ended on is Zayden's gonna open Tyrandor to the Pormish people because they're not under wards and they're being like heavily attacked by the Venom, and they had a huge, terrible attack while they were away on the trip. And he's like, "I'm gonna open our borders and like they can all stay here." And like the king um of Navarre, like the whole continent, is like, "You can't do that." And he's like, "I fucking can and I will." Um and they're like arguing in the hall in front of the squad, and then all of a sudden, hold.
Sorry, I keep yawning. I think I have a problem. It's not because I'm bored. I'm very interested. I want to know what's happening. I don't know.
Wait, where did this go? When did I read that? One of the first years, his signet develops or appears or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
is shadows.
We knew that. He's like
What?
he's a shadow wielder.
No, not Zayden. One of the first years, his
Oh.
signet develops, and the whole point is that like Zayden and Violet are like the first of their like
Well,
generate
yeah,
like
because they're not special. Sorry.
but like it's so rare to be a shadow, and like he did it, and Zayden looks at Violet and he goes, "The magic knows. Like, it's balancing it out. Like, someone needs to be able to fight me," and
Right.
he's
Someone needs to be able
and
to
she's
kill
like, "That
me.
doesn't make sense. Like, no one's supposed to have that signet except you." And he's like, "The magic knows." Um
That makes sense though.
oh, here it is. Here it is. What the fuck is his
Sorry,
name?
I thought you were saying that Zayden is like a shadow
He's the
wielder.
balance. Lynx. Who the fuck Lynx is?
Lynx.
He's
Burn
one
the
of the
book.
first years in the squad.
Burn the book.
There's no character development, so I don't fucking know who that is.
Burn the
So
book.
I have 100 pages left. I don't know who they're gonna fight, but like Violet's still having those dreams where she's like, um, where like one of the Venom is training her, or whatever, and I'm like, does she give herself over in exchange for Xaden, or like the cure for Xaden, or like it's definitely foreshadowing. Like it's not just a nightmare, it's foreshadowing for sure.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm confused and I want answers.
Yeah.
And I just know this is going to end on a cliffhanger that is going to answer my questions but leave with more answers, and that's what everyone's been saying, and I'm like, it's also taken me like 3 weeks to get through this because it's dense in a bad way.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's hard to read. Like you can't figure out who anyone is. Like who the fuck's Lynx? Like
Who
every
the
time
fuck
you're
is
reading a
Lynx?
scene, you're using so many context clues and you're like,
Yeah.
I'm frustrated. I wasn't like the plot is so good. Like the plot is like fabulous. But like because of how it is explained and how the characters are not moving this damn plot along.
Yeah.
That's my 2 cents. I'm going to finish this today, and I was trying to finish it by today, and I had a lot going on yesterday.
Okay.
Anyways, Rachel, what have you been reading?
Well, another insane announcement for me, along with DNFing Onyx Storm at 0%, is I have completed the first Throne of Glass book. And I'm on to the second one. I'm only like I'm at chapter 7 of the second one. Like once Deep End came out, I like put Throne of Glass on pause. But guys, I hate to say it, but you were right. Throne of Glass is exactly what I look for in a fantasy. Assassin lady. Trials. But this is actually interesting. Remember how in Powerless we go through the trials, but like each trial she kind of explains like a lot. Like there's a few chapters like on each trial, like the one where they have to like climb that mountain or like go through the maze or whatever. You know,
Or
like
especially like the Hunger Games one.
yes, like it was very drawn out and it was great. Like in Powerless, like I loved seeing like the trials drawn out, but I liked in this we knew that she was going through like the trials and like having to compete. But like there was only a few that were like, okay, we're going to take some time to explain. Like they did one where they had to like order these like poisons from like most poisonous to like least poisonous. Honestly, the trials weren't even like jarring. Like sometimes people didn't even die. They were just like, you lost, you're out. It was like you got kicked off the island. Like you're dumped.
But sometimes that's good.
Yeah, but basically they just like if you lost like because usually the people that they were so it the plot the plot is we meet I'm probably going to say her name wrong. Selena? I call her Selena.
That feels right.
Selena.
I've never read these books.
You should. They're good.
You know, we're added to the list.
Yeah, I mean, it's good. And honestly, it was like very quick to get through. Obviously, the books get like thicker and thicker and thicker as you go. So we meet Selena, and she is in one of the like basically slave camps. And then so she's like working in the mines, and then they're
working
like, "Hey,
9 to 5."
Yeah, basically, basically just like that. And so then all of a sudden she's like, they're like, hey, you got to come with us, and she's like, what the fuck? And all of a sudden the prince and the captain of the guard and like the army is there, and they're like, you're coming with us, and she's like, am I free?
Hello.
And they're like, so actually you're gonna compete in this competition for my dad to like become his like right hand, basically to become the king's assassin.
Why her? Why her?
Exactly. Why her? She's like a random lowly little girl from like the salt mines who like got in some trouble. Turns out she's like the assassin of the territory of like it's called Ardaland. That's what I'm calling it in my brain. So the pronunciation is not great. Ardaland is like the like kingdom that like the king rules over. And she's like the most notorious assassin.
And she doesn't know that?
No, she knows that.
Oh.
But she doesn't know, like, other people don't know that. Because she's very, like, people don't know who she is. We know that there's, like, this notorious assassin, but we don't know what she looks like. We don't know that she's a girl.
But someone from, like, the King's Guard was like, "Is you, homie?"
No, the prince and, like, the King's Guard, like, the captain of the guard, like, know who she is. And they were
yeah.
The prince was like, because he gets a tribute in the competition, because it's like every like his son, the king's son, and then like all these like dukes and stuff and like lords like get a tribute because like they'll get some kind of reward, I guess, like if their tribute wins the competition.
And the prince is like, I have this locked in the bag, guys.
Yeah, he's like, I'm going to win this. And so like they like, you know, travel back with her to like the glass palace where the king sits on
throne of glass. Roll fucking credits.
Boom! The book over. I don't need to read it anymore. So he brings her back, and they're like, so we're actually, since no one knows who you are, we're going to keep this a little under wraps, and you're going to basically like parade around during the day as like one of the like ladies at court. Like in really, like we're going to get you nice dresses. You have a whole fucking like wing to yourself, like in the castle. She doesn't stay in the glass castle,
dream.
Though. Oh. She stays in the, like, there's, like, a separate part of the castle that's, like, all concrete. Because she's like, I don't fuck with the fact that the whole thing's glass. Like, that's really, like, weird.
This is weird.
Yeah. So they, like, she gets her own, like, fucking room in the castle. And they give her, like, an alias. Like, during the competition. Like, she's just, like, some, like, random, like, jewel thief that the prince found in, like, another part of the continent.
But she's absolutely killing these trials.
So she trains with the captain of the guard. Obviously both, okay, dare I say, both of the guys are hot.
Everyone's hot.
Both of them are attractive, and she's like kind of wary at first, because she's like, what the fuck? I don't want to be here, like, but then, if you win the competition, you have to be the king's assassin, like the king's right-hand person, for like 4 years or something, and then you get your freedom. And she's like, all I've wanted is to be free. I've never been free in my life, because ever since she was a kid, like she's been under this like assassin order. So she's never just like been a normal person and like been able to like go to the shops on the weekend and like go to the market. Like she's never been able to do that.
She's like, I just want to be like all the other teenage girls.
Basically, yeah. So she's like, okay, fine, like, I'll do your silly competition and whatnot. So then she's, like, training with the captain of the guard. His name is Kale. Kale. C-H-O. Something. Kale.
Yeah. I've heard that.
He's,
sounds
like,
right.
Attractive, whatever. She's training with him, and he's like, okay, here's the plan, little girl. You need to like be at the middle of the pack. You can't be winning all these competitions, because then people are going to start to figure out like, okay, maybe she's not just like a random jewel thief that we found like in the like market or whatever, you know?
Yeah.
So he's like, you got to play it cool. But then
cool, dude.
He's like, yeah, be so chill, okay? And then like, whatever, like there's like, you know, like, she's flirting with Kale. Kale's like not really flirting back, because he's very like kind of stone cold, like captain of the guard. We learn like his like lore, and we're like, oh my god, he was just hurt. Oh. Then like the prince is like really flirting with her. She kind of starts this thing with the prince, and she's like, wait, I can't like. She's like, if I win this, like we can't keep like. You can't keep like coming to visit me at night and like we play pool. Like that's weird if like I win this competition. But then all of a sudden, like during this competition, honestly, the main plot of the story is her trying to solve this mystery that's happening in the glass castle.
Oh, it's glass. What could be happening?
That we don't know, but it's this thing. So okay, also major plot point: the king The king has outlawed magic. Magic doesn't exist. There's no magic. Magic starts happening. That's the mystery.
No.
Is there's these like magical things happening and like people are dying and um
The king sounds lame as fuck.
the king is lame as fuck. Um but yeah, I mean, hey, I will continue reading.
So why do Sarah J. Maas fans not push this more than they push
Akatar?
Yeah. Because that sounds incredible. I don't hold up.
I think because this is a generality. I'm not a huge like fairies and fae. I'm okay with the magic in this one is very interesting. Like it's based on like, remember in Heartless Hunter how Rune would draw the runes? It's kind of like that.
Yeah.
It's a similar kind of magic.
Yeah, I guess we don't like high fantasy. We like more just basic fantasy.
Yeah. We like I call it like a gritty fantasy because it's like, okay, there's like we like a Game of Thrones fantasy.
Yeah.
Not like a why does everyone have wings and pointy ears? And like they don't have real rules, but like you can't like trick them or like they're always trying to trick. I don't like the tricks. Like
Which
don't trick me.
I do think that's fun, but I think it's so much more of an endeavor than being like trials.
Yeah.
And maybe sometimes I don't want to think. I think a lot during the day.
Yeah. This was
What do you mean?
I was pleasantly surprised that like this was as enjoyable and I was, you know, face palming myself like shit. This is everything that I like because I love a love triangle. And it's very powerless of like she is like the little assassin girl who's got like the long silvery blonde hair.
Yeah.
He's the prince and the other guy is like the captain of the guard.
Yeah. So
Of course.
you know it's crazy. I don't know if I talked about this. I read Red Queen last month.
Oh yeah.
Like same plot, but worse. I guarantee you it was worse.
Okay. Well, because
So-
I was reading this and I was like, well, one, Selena, really great at archery. Very good. That's her thing. Archery. Of course. Because what does every female in a fantasy need? Bow and arrow.
Or daggers, but something must be flying.
No, yeah, she also did that at one point too.
Perfect. I would love to just like nail a dagger to the wall.
Like she did that whole thing that Katniss does where she like aims the bow and arrow like at President Snow kind of thing.
I gotta rewatch those movies. I gotta reread those books.
I gotta get back
Guys.
into that soon. We get to read.
Yeah, the Red Queen is like there's the silvers and the reds. So like if silver is like high nobility, your blood's silver. Just like, you know, peasants have red blood.
Folk.
And she's like the little thief who lives in the village. And
I've heard. I think I've heard this. Is that a Taylor Swift song? I think so.
Sounds right.
Sounds right.
And they have like once a month they have like a show of like power. So they make everyone go to the stadium and they have to watch two silver people because the silver people also have power or magic, whatever, fight with their like powers.
That's kind of
and
funny.
So she is like trying to like her family's poor and you know you basically get like conscripted to go to war if you turn 18 or whatever, but she like and her sister's like a sewer or whatever. Literally, I've read too many books. I've read too much. And so she's like goes to like steal something from like they live in this like little town, but like there's this summer town where like the king and the queen and the court go in the summer.
Mm-hmm.
And she goes to like past this bar. She had like a shit day or whatever, and she actually got her sister's fingers like crushed. So can't sew anymore.
Oh no,
terrible.
I hate when that happens.
I hate when that happens. She's really selfish. I really hate that about her. And I don't even remember her name. It was like not that great of a book. And she like runs into some guy outside the tavern.
Oh, some guy.
It's the prince. And basically like he ends up getting her a job as a servant to like in the court. So she's like serving. They're like so
I like that.
they're picking a princess for the prince. So they're watching all of the eligible females from like these high nobility families display their powers. So there's like this little arena, and they're like destroying or whatever, and it's like someone, there's like metal wielders so they can turn metal into stuff. There's like water people, fire people, wind
Oh,
people, strength people.
I think I've seen this one before.
Literally, there's like a couple different ones, and like there's a few like random talents they've never seen. Well, she's like trying to serve someone, and there's like a electric shield to protect the audience from like all the shit flying.
Right.
Um, and she falls onto the electric field, and instead of dying, she absorbs all the electricity. Because guess what? Even though she's red blood, she has magic, and so the king and the queen
I love this story.
are like afraid that like they don't want people to know that like they would kill her, but it was like such a public display of like her having power that they're like, we're gonna lie and said she's the daughter of this like general who died in war a few years ago,
Mm.
and that like when he died, like she was a baby, so she got like taken by some other like soldier or family who watched after her, and so she never knew she was like a silver, but that's why she's here. So she's like the long lost like silver princess or whatever, and she gets promised to the second prince,
Okay.
and she's like,
But not the one she
whatever.
likes.
Um,
Well,
it's kind of weird because it's like she kind of likes the main prince, but like he's kind of like is putting the betterment of the kingdom ahead of like some of the people, if that makes sense. Where it's like, yeah, it's just like, they're fighting the war, and she's like, you're sending people to the front lines or whatever, and blah blah, and she's like, you're a bad person because you're not ruling this kingdom with kindness,
okay.
honey. But there's also this rebellion that's cropped up, and because she's from the village, she like knows about this rebellion, and her and the prince that she's engaged to like help out this rebellion, and they go back to the main city, or like the center of the kingdom is, and her and the prince are going to help the rebellion like take like a coup, except guess what, he's lying, he's a big fat liar, he's a double agent. So yeah, and they make it look like the first prince killed the king, and so the people will turn on him, and so the prince that she like kind of was, and she thought she was in love with the prince who was helping her, but then she's like, no, I always did like him, but like they're kind of fighting, and they get like picked up by the resistance who they thought was dead, but it turns out there's more people with red blood that have powers. It's like this weird genetic mutation that they have that like the kingdom's trying to suppress. And we also thought her brother died in war, but guess what, he shows back up again, and I was like, I'm done. She's selfish. It took me a while to get through. The plot was not very moving.
Right.
It's like every other book I've read. Hey, and guess what, the castle is like this weird diamond clear substance. Isn't that funny?
That's hilarious. I've never seen that before.
I've
There's not a book named, like, literally the title.
Yeah, so would not, I like wouldn't recommend that book. Like if you've read Powerless or Throne of Glass, I wouldn't read Red Queen.
Okay. Wasn't going to.
No, I was so disappointed because I feel like people really like that series, and I was like, oh yeah, like this sounds like The Selection, except it's nothing like The Selection.
Yeah. I feel like the only part that's like the selection is when they're like, hey, we're all gonna come and like display our powers for the like king
Which
or
is
whatever.
a chapter.
Yeah.
And like she has to go through all these like training courses because she's like not nobility. And I don't know, it just like wasn't that interesting.
Hmm.
Anyways. Anything else?
I read a stupid like KU like billionaire romance.
I do want to read
It
that.
was good. I mean, it was it was like, okay, it's a really good palette cleanser if you like I was reading it while I was also reading Throne of Glass, which Throne of Glass wasn't like, oh my god, like I need a break. Like it was good, and like it wasn't super like, holy shit, I gotta dial in. But But it was a nice like transition just to be like, I'm gonna read a few chapters of like this like stupid billionaire romance where like they have to be like fake engaged to like ward off his like mother from like trying to like set him up with like all of the like her like friends' daughters, like little like heiress girls. So then
Yeah.
he takes like the younger sister of his personal assistant that he fired, and
That
he's
feels
like,
illegal as hell.
she worked there, and then he was like, you're gonna be my new like weird assistant, and like you're gonna do everything that I say. And then he's like, by the way, I'm like I'm getting you a plane, like I just bought you a plane ticket, like we're going to Vancouver. This takes place in Canada. We're going to Vancouver. And she's like, when were you going to tell me that like I have to pack to go to Vancouver tomorrow? So she thinks it's like a business trip, and she's like, I have to like assist him like on this like fuck ass like business trip. Like, oh my god.
They get married.
They're sitting on the plane, and he's like, hey, I forgot to give this to you. It's a ring box. And she's like, what? And he's like, no time for questions. We are engaged. And he's like a very like he was really pissing me off because he was just not being clear with this woman, like this poor
No
woman.
time for questions. You're my wife.
And
what?
The only reason why this girl is doing it because billionaire man promised, I'll give your sister her job back if you do this for me. And she's like, well, I have to go along because obviously like my sister has like a kid, she has twins on the way, like she needs like her job back, you know, like so she's like gonna go through with it, right? And then she gets there and they're like really being flirty, and like there's like
it all works out and they fall in love. And
well, I was shocked for a little bit actually. She's like, oh my god, wait, his family is like so nice and like perfect. She like doesn't have a mom, or like her dad died, like she doesn't like have a family. She's like, this is great. There's a talking bird, like the grandpa has a bird, and the bird really likes Eminem. You gotta read this, Lucy.
I'm gonna get. It was on the list. It's like I'm literally just gonna read trashy romance.
Romance.
I'm so true. I'm gonna read just like all of these filler books for the next 2 weeks. No one speaks
There's
to me.
also, I'm gonna read the second one in this like series. It's like it's about the girl who like fake is engaged to the billionaire. It's her like roommate and like best friend, and so she's like a matchmaker, and so she like is like doing a matchmaking thing for like another billionaire guy, but he's blonde.
Ooh. I can't believe you wouldn't read the Dreamland series then. You gotta read like the last one, not the first two. No. Just the second one, where it's like the head of the company marries his assistant.
Okay.
I found another new KU series.
Oh.
Called Lucky River Ranch.
Oh my god, I've been seeing these ones about like firefighters. Have you seen those?
No.
Oh, bitch. Oh my god, I want to read those too. Hold on, I gotta. It's like literally like probably sitting up on like the Kindle like recommended whatever. Anyway, sorry. Tell me about Lucky Bluesmith.
I don't know a lot besides the first one's called Cash and the second one's called Wyatt.
Oh, I've seen those.
Oh, okay, yeah. They the little cowboys.
Yeah,
on
the little
cover.
cowboys. Yeah. Okay.
What is this about?
Oh, I've just seen them. I've just seen the covers because they look kind of like very cool. Oh,
Butting heads leads to knocking boots in this wildly sexy enemies to lovers, grumpy sunshine, small town cowboy romance.
Yeah,
I'm in.
Okay, so
it's red.
The firefighter books are called. It's the Sky Ridge Hot Shot series, and the first one
I've heard of this
is called Fight. And like I don't think I can show you the man on the cover, but he's very like fighter. Let's see. His name is Callahan. That's really cool. He's fighting wildfires, and that's the only thing he's ever wanted to do. And he's like the best, like he's like the captain of like the firefighter crew, and um, he like lost one of his like crew members, and like he was like really like depressed about it. Like this was like his like bestie or whatever. Um, and he is very like kind of closed off to like connection and stuff, obviously, because he's like hurt and he like lost his buddy like in a fire, and then he meets like this girl named Prescott.
Oh,
Um,
I love that name.
and she, yeah, I know it's a good one. And she's like very like adventurous and like witty and like quippy and like bantery. Um, but then she like I guess finds herself and like he needs to save her, like rescue her. And then
Love
they're
it.
like stranded in the wilderness like together.
So
Sorry, I just like that was basically me like kind of summarizing like main
yeah,
plot words, but I think that that's going to come in handy for me in my profession because this is something we learn to do. And then the
that was
second
fabulous.
one,
I know everything I need to know.
yeah, the second one is protect, and the third one's honor. Oh wait, they're by different people, I think.
Oh.
The second one is by she wrote the like holding the reins one, the one that I bought in Dallas. Oh,
Oh.
what's this one about? His name's Rowan. Yes. If you don't know me, I love a weird
Woo!
This is very exciting for me. Okay, but why is it 415 pages?
Yeah, for real. Why is this cowboy romance 366 pages? Girl, I don't have time.
Okay, the second one, he comes into the town pub with his like firefighter crew, only to walk right into the twin sister of his long lost best friend, and this is like the one girl that he's been in love with. Her name's
Obviously.
Violet, but like Violet with two T's.
Questions.
I guess his nickname's like King or something. I don't know.
What?
I don't fucking know. Okay, I'm excited.
I didn't write it. God,
guys, I didn't write it. I just okay. What's this one about?
So,
oh, his name is Xander. That's scary.
Oh,
oh,
what is that one called?
Oh, the main girl's name is Teddy. Uh-oh.
What is that called? Hot Shot series?
Yeah, the Skyridge Hot Shots. That is incredible. This is incredible.
So I don't know if we remember.
Oh my god, he's a single dad. Okay. Single dad who works two jobs.
Oh wow, this is crazy. Whoa. Whoa.
Yeah, I know, right?
What for the play?
Okay, wait. I found the cash one. That's the one you were talking about? Yeah, Lucky
Yeah.
Smith.
Oh my god. Look at him. That's incredible.
They look okay. If you're not familiar with this series, they all look like Chris Evans.
Kind of into it. It's okay.
I'm
you
very
know?
into that. Okay, grumpy cowboy. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I set my book goal this year at 100, and I calculated that out, and it's 7.5 to 8 books every month. Guess how many books I read last month? 3.
How many? Let's see. How many did I read?
So I think I'm gonna throw that in the trash.
I might have to, because like I'm just not doing well. I'm at 5 books, but last month I read also 3. But I've already read 2 this month.
See, I'm like, last year it was weird because it's like some months I would legitimately read 13 books and some months I would read 3.
Oh, why? Oh my god. Okay, the third book in this like Lucky Smith series. Sorry. Sometimes Lucky Smith is my hyperfixation. Just because like what the fuck?
He scares me.
He does. Yeah, that's exactly why. Don't people think that he should play like Draco if they were going to do like a...
No, I thought people wanted him to play a greaser or an outside in The Outsiders. Like they want if they do like a remake or something.
Oh, like he would be one of the... Okay. Well, I think I've seen him fan casted as a Draco.
Okay, there's no proof he can act.
No. Wyatt. Who the fuck is... I like Sawyer.
Oh.
Sawyer is a good little...
Keep it going. You'll want to read 8 books per month to hit your goal before the end of the year.
Hey,
Oops.
actually, I don't want to do that.
Yeah, I'm like, maybe what if I throw the number of books I'm going to read this year out the window and just see how many books I read this year? What if we do that? What if my goal is all of a sudden 0 books?
Then I win either way. Sorry, I'm reading the plot of this one. This one sounds. Oh, it takes place in Texas.
Yeah, it does.
I like
I
this
don't.
one.
I'm so sorry. As a Texas born and raised girl, there's some weird pride when you're like, that was in Texas.
Yeah,
Hell yeah, it was.
I like this. Friends to lovers, fake dating.
Into it.
Yeah. Oh, and he's like her best friend, and she's like back in her hometown. Oh yeah, they've been best friends since second grade. Fuck yeah. Uh,
Yep. Sign me up. So
yeah.
next month when I come back and I'm like, I read 25 books this month and they were all KU and I didn't do anything.
Yeah.
I'll let you
No.
know.
When I come back and I've read every genre actually under the sun.
I'm actually so intrigued.
I
I read
did
a great sci-fi book the other day if you need one of those.
possibly. I was gonna try to reread Vicious because I'm
I
counting that
read
as sci-fi. It's urban
yeah.
fantasy. They're superheroes.
Um it was called Annie Bot.
Yeah, you said that one was really good. I mean, possibly. I might take a look. I might take a gander.
It's only I swear it's only like 220 pages.
Let me see.
So
Also, I've been back on my Goodreads grind.
I'm thinking I might hop back over since it's the beginning of the year and I could start doing both, you know?
Yeah,
I'm only 3 books in apparently.
I've started doing both, but I really miss the like when you're reading on Goodreads, you can put in a little update and it'll post it with like I miss seeing how far people are along in books, and like Fable doesn't do that.
Mm. You can put the
Oh, okay, it's
quotes,
like
but it doesn't tell
230
you.
pages.
Yeah, it took me literally 2 afternoons to read it.
Ew, his name is Doug.
Don't worry about Doug. Fuck Doug.
Okay, I won't worry about Doug.
It's not about Doug.
Okay, clearly. Uh,
But there's that new movie Obedience out and it's
hmm,
similar.
okay. Oh yes, with Megan Fox,
Who?
right?
No, that's Subservient.
That also has 365 in it, doesn't it?
Huh. No, the one. No, there's that Netflix movie with Megan Fox, but there's a new movie in theaters called Obedience,
Oh,
and
okay.
it's like it seems like it's like pretty similar to the plot of this book. A single mom who works 2 jobs. Anyways, so yeah, I have apparently 3 Kindle Unlimited series to read. These 2 books, a whole TBR sitting behind me,
Mm-hmm.
2 new albums to listen to next week,
Yeah,
and Hunger Games in March.
in March.
Fuck.
Yeah, I'm fucking booked and busy.
No one speak to me. I think that about
Sorry,
does
I'm
it.
actually currently writing a review.
Perfect. Thanks everyone for catching up with us.
Yes.
Go do your homework. Listen to all of those read all those books, listen to all those albums, and we'll be on the same page next week.
Hopefully.